Уважаемые коллеги, меня зовут Касьянова Альбина Бахтбековна, я старший преподаватель филиала акционерного общества Национальный центр повышения квалификации Орлеу по Северо-Казахстанской области. В данный момент я прохожу 6-месячную стажировку в Великобритании, университета Кембриджа. И сейчас мы хотели бы предоставить вам небольшое интервью с Джен Скофилд, координатор программы «Болашак». Hello, Jen.
Hello.
Hello. So, thank you very much for agreeing to contribute to our conference, World Cafe Conference. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
That's a pleasure. And I wish and send my greetings to everyone at the World Cafe Conference from Cambridge. And may I say Kali Tun?
Yes, Kazakh, yeah. Thank you. So, and Jen, our conference topic is leadership. What aspects of leadership would you like to talk about now?
Yeah, well, leadership is a huge topic, as I'm sure your colleagues are understanding. And I think what we will do to frame our short discussion is to look at school leadership. And the thinking behind that is because leadership can be on many different levels in a school. And I would suggest that leadership isn't hierarchical from top to bottom. It could well be from bottom to top. So we would maybe consider senior leadership for administrators, middle leadership, which ties in with the heads of department, teacher leadership, and indeed student leadership, student voice. And I think maybe when we discuss this in a little bit more detail, we'll use the Bolashak course program to frame our discussion, if that's all right.
Okay, so from looking at the Bolashak programs, I understand that one of the taught courses is called like leading educational changes. So can you tell about this issue a little bit?
Yes, it is. And we've called it leading educational change because, again, we don't just see it as teacher leadership, but we see opportunities for our Bolashak scholars across universities and centres like yourself, centres of excellence, and obviously a range of different schools. So we're looking at the broader aspect, and we're always basing our understanding on research. And that informs our thinking and our discussions. And so the aims of the leadership course that we're running here for the 6 months is starting off looking at how schools are organised, what their school vision is, and how leadership has an impact on that.
Yeah.
We look at the relationships between different leaders in schools, and we look at leadership for learning, which covers 5 different principles. And then we can apply what we've learned as to how leadership can have an impact on school improvement, pupil attainment, professional learning for teachers.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. And and talking about this, what do you think can be learned from the Bolashak program for us as scholars?
I think if you look at it from a leadership perspective, I guess, Albina, when you asked me to be involved in this interview, you expected me to do all the talking. And I think you'll find that when we were planning this out, that I was looking to you as a leader, and also Gulnara here, who's cleverly balancing a camera. She's taking leadership skills as well. So it's very much turning things on their heads, and leadership isn't always what you expect it to be, but it's asking questions. So I would pose some questions to colleagues in Kazakhstan at the conference now to just say, do you consider yourself to be a leader? Be aware of other leadership opportunities in schools and in centres and so forth. And also to reflect on what sort of leader you are. And all these questions and many, many more are the sort of questions that we ask on a range of courses and programmes in Cambridge, but also in everyday life in schools. So the Bolshak scholars are applying their theory and their thinking and discussion in the faculty for 2 days a week. They then go into schools and look at, for example, aspects of leadership within schools in Bedfordshire and Cambridgeshire. And then on the Friday they return to the faculty to discuss and reflect on what they've learnt about leadership and how they can then take that thinking forwards when they return to Kazakhstan. So again, I would thank you all for inviting us to be part of your conference, and we wish you all the very best with the conference, and hopefully some of the questions that we've posed about leadership will engage you in discussion over the next few days of your conference. So good luck with it, and thank you ever so much for inviting us to be part of it.
Thank you very much. Goodbye and success in our conference.